Hey guys, I'm gonna rush this intro and I'm gonna rush some of the reading. Sorry about that, but basically last thing I recorded, I during the outro, when I asked question of the day, I got really sidetracked and it ended up doing like an 8-9 minute outro, which is nuts, and sorry about that. So I have to re-record the last screenshot of that. But anyway, let's get started straight away. This is my Halloween special. It's a Marichat. I hope you like it. Dance with me. It was Halloween soon. The school was going to hold a special dance. Marinette was excited. She was finally going to ask Adrian out. Well, she would attempt to. The whole week she had been preparing. I can do this. I am brave. I can, she kept telling herself. She went into school. The dance was the next night. She was done with her dress. She made it herself, of course. She had the whole look planned. The class would graduate that year. They were all 18. She was really good at makeup. She could have just about any guy in school, well, except Adrian and Nino. She walked in early. She had slowly grown from being late. She walked in and Adrian asked to talk. "Hey, Mari, I wanted to talk to you. Are you free for a few minutes?" Adrian asked politely. Sure. What's up, Adrian?" she asked. She was still a little nervous, but not as much as before. She sat next to him on a bench outside class. "Well, it's about a girl. I've known her for a while, but recently I've seen her differently. How should I ask her to the dance?" he asked. She thought for a moment. She was already a little heartbroken. He had someone already. "Just be you. Who is it?" she asked. Her mood clearly changed, but he was too focused on the girl to notice. "It's Kagami." "Thank you, Mari. You have the best advice." He got up and left. Marinette looked at her bag to see Tiki. She felt horrible and broken. She was going to hide it, as usual. Marinette didn't like showing her feelings. She'd rather focus on others than herself. The rest of the day, she was quiet and reserved. She went home and decided to add some last-minute changes. She made it tighter so she could show off the superhero body that she normally hid with a jacket. She also changed her hair and from tied up to curled and let down. Reflected her mood a little more. If she was going alone, she was going to stand out. She went to sleep right after. She went to sleep early. She decided she would get ready early so that she wouldn't have to do after school. She woke up 2 hours early the next day. She put on her makeup and got her hair ready. She then put on her usual floral t-shirt and cardigan. She wore it with her favorite pink jeans. She immediately got admiring looks as she walked in. Most of the girls had the same idea, but none pulled it off as much as Marinette. She walked up to Alia and hugged her. "Morning, Alia. Are you ready for class?" "I know you'll look great as usual," she smiled. She loved complimenting her friends. "Sure, but you say I'll look good? Look at you, girl. Speechless," she said, admiring her best friend. They chatted for a while before class was starting. Marinette saw Adrian. She was sad, but while she was thinking when she did her makeup, she realized it had been years and she should just give up. She didn't acknowledge him most of the day. She went home and put on her dress. She looked amazing. She was amazing. She was just flawless, even if she didn't think so. She arrived and got many looks. Since she became a heroine, Marinette never showed off her body. She lost weight and gained muscle. She didn't want extra attention, so she just covered it up by wearing loose clothes. It worked. So no one suspected a thing. "Look at you. Since when have you been working out like that?" Alia asked. Even she hadn't realized Marinette was a powerhouse. She just dismissed it. She was not happy when she saw Adrian and Kagami dancing. "I don't feel well. I'll be right back," she told Alia. She went out and Alia realized what she saw. Marinette was tearing up and raging outside. Why? Why her?" she asked the world. Hawkmoth felt the anger. He sent an Akuma for Marinette. "Heartbroken on a holiday. How unfair, Heartbreaker. I am Hawkmoth. I will grant you magical abilities, and in return, you will get me the ladybug and black cat Miraculous." Hawkmoth said, "Deal." She transformed. "JK, I'm my own master. Bye, butterfly," she said. She broke the connection. He was so confused. How was that possible? She rushed in. She trashed the place. At a distance, someone so strong and angry could never resemble Marinette. She was strong. She was a stronger Akuma, stronger than ever before. Everyone ran for cover. except for Alia. She wanted to comfort her friend, or what used to be a friend. Now she was a scary villain. Alia knew Marinette well, very well. She knew that Marinette had a bad habit of suppressing emotions, so if she finally broke, it must have been bad. It was the night of horror, a night to be scared, a night that everyone loved. But she had never been this scared. Scared for her best friend, her sister, someone who literally feels like she wouldn't someone who literally feels bad when someone swats a fly, someone who cares for everyone, someone who would forgive anyone. That same person was destroying the place she was excited for. Please, Em, fight him, she tried. You don't understand, Alia. I won't hurt you. I just need to get my rage out, she said softly. I don't understand. Hawkmoth is not controlling you? You're still you? She said. Of course. Now go before this place falls, she said. So Alia listened. She tried to find Adrian. She needed to make things right. Marinette spent the rest of the day angry, trashing places that made her feel pain. Chat Noir arrived. The princess? They already had somewhat of a relationship. She and him had spent a few nights together as Chat and Mari. They had spent many nights as Ladybug and Chat Noir. They had spent many days as Adrian and Marinette. Go away, kitty. I promise not to hurt anyone. Just go. Leave me, she said softly. What? You don't want my Miraculous or anything? You just want me to go? He repeated in disbelief. I'm not under his control. I'm simply letting my anger go, she explained. They were in a park. Why are you so angry, princess? He asked cautiously. I loved this boy for many years. I was going to ask him if he wanted to go to the dance, but he asked someone else. This morning I tried ignoring it and getting over it, and I did, for a few hours. Then I was weak again. I saw him. It hurt. Tears were now stinging her eyes. He felt bad. He knew Marinette was not one to show her emotions, especially her negative ones. Dance with me, he said softly. Huh? She said. Before she could react, he swept her into his embrace. Music had been playing from speakers around the park. She started swaying around with him. He wasn't Adrian, but it felt just as good. Maybe better. She enjoyed his company before, but never like this. It felt safe, comfortable, like nothing else mattered. He felt it too. He felt good. He was finally over Ladybug. He went to Kagami, but realized that this was much better. She was better. So they danced. After a few minutes, she giggled. He realized he was making real progress. If he could remove all the negative emotion, she may change back to herself. So they danced and joked for half an hour, until finally he leaned in. She realized, but didn't pull back. In fact, she leaned in closer. Until, eventually, their lips touched. They kissed. It was magical. Marinette's suit faded. She was back into her dress. It was the first time something like that had happened. The first time in centuries. The glow from her de-transformation cured the city. She became a little weaker. She hadn't eaten all day. And purifying an Akuma was not easy. Jack picked her up. He leaped to her balcony. This might just be my favorite Halloween, and I didn't even get to go trick-or-treating, he joked, setting her down. Come on in, Cat. You've helped a lot. In fact, if you want, you could stay the night, she suggested. I don't mind, as long as you're comfortable with it, he said. Jack was a joker, and he was annoying once in a while, but he was a gentleman, for sure. She nodded and smiled. They spent a few hours watching scary movies in her room. They were so scared at some point, they didn't even realize. They were so scared at some points that they didn't even realize when they started cuddling and clinging to each other. They only realized when the movie was done. They didn't even mind. They even fell asleep that way, protecting each other from the nightmares. The next day, Kagami asked Adrian if he wanted to date, but he declined. Strange. She didn't care anymore. She had Chat. Alia ran up to her. You okay? You happy? Asked Alia. She giggled. Yes, I had a bad day, but I've never been better, she said with a smile. She resolved things with Adrian, apologized for acting weird the other day. Adrian never dated or was with anyone after that. Some people thought he had a hidden girlfriend. Chat and Marinette started dating shortly after. Her friend group became aware she had a boyfriend, but they didn't know who. Or at least, not yet. Not until Hawkmoth was gone. And that's where we're ending it today. If you're watching this, then I'm already asleep because I'm supposed to be sleeping right now. Like, I need to take a shower, which will probably take, 20 minutes. But then I'm sleeping straight after this. Normally, if you've been here a long time, I put a the end at the bottom in lobster font 50 size, kind of big with a wink face after. Which you would have noticed, but I didn't put one now because I wanted to ask you guys if you wanted a part 2, because I actually kind of like this, even though it took a lot of time and I kind of rushed it. But I really liked it, and I was like, if you want, they could defeat Hawkmoth in the next one, and her friend group can find out that her boyfriend is Chat Noir. So, yeah, if you want that, just ask. And, yeah, I don't mind. I actually really like this one. So, yeah, I'll be replying to your comments and stuff tomorrow. Good night, everyone. And question of the day, quickly. What are you guys wearing? Because I'm not celebrating anything. Or what are you guys wearing? Or what have you guys worn? Because some time difference and whatnot. For me, it's nighttime. And I didn't even really do anything because I don't really celebrate Halloween. But I respect that other people do. So, yeah. What are you wearing? Question of the day. Anyways, bye. See you soon. Or tomorrow.